Well, the tragedy of human trafficking was in the spotlight this week on Capitol Hill as a rare bipartisan vote by the U.S. House of Representatives renewed $520 million in funding for efforts to combat the problem and aid survivors. VOA's Katherine Gypson spoke with the two lawmakers leading the fight against this worldwide threat.
The global costs of modern-day slavery calculated by the U.S. Congress.
It distorts labor markets, it destroys people, erodes communities, it undermines stability and rule of law, and it's fueled by corruption, greed, and violence.
Human trafficking is a $150 billion industry worldwide, and more than half of the 20 million people trafficked globally are women and girls. Just weeks after the Trump administration added China to a list of worst offenders that includes Russia, Iran, and Syria, lawmakers pledged funds to a fight that goes beyond national borders. Money that has a very real impact on the lives of trafficking survivors.
You need resources like the resources that are being reauthorized on the Hill to ensure that survivors have basic needs met: housing, food, access to counseling, access to legal representation. When someone's been through trafficking, it's akin to slavery. They've lost everything.
Powell, who works with survivors around the world, says the problem is widespread.
We all see trafficking and don't realize it.
A harsh reality that brought the problem close to members of Congress.
Most folks think that the problem is far away from their home. They think it might be overseas in a different country or in an urban city or around big events, but we're finding it everywhere.
One of the earliest voices in Congress to speak up about human trafficking, Representative Chris Smith, says the bill takes innovative approaches to the problem.
The profits that are gleaned by the traffickers, once we arrest them, we can assess those assets and put them into a victims fund.
And puts countries worldwide on notice.
We'll make sure that if it's a foreign country, we don't give them military assistance unless they can get a handle on their human trafficking.
Lee represents Houston, one of the epicenters of human trafficking in the United States.
Houston is a teeming metropolis. There are many places that can be used as a shadow of a business, but then they are a place for human trafficking. And those trafficking victims are vulnerable, they're scared, they speak a different language, and they're a victim. That human trafficking is a scourge that is a blight on all of us.
A reminder the fight is far from over. Katherine Gypson, Capitol Hill, VOA News.